All right, we can just start with questions. Is that good?
Coach, did you see anything like this coming after how you guys started off today? 19-9. Looked like North Texas maybe was stuck today. You were flowing on offense.
Yeah, and we went to. I thought you got up 7-9 in that first quarter. Things were good. The ball was moving, and went to our bench, and we didn't get a lot from there. So yeah, it's disappointing, especially with the schedule that we've played up to now. Like I said, it was very reminiscent of the Charlotte game, right? We didn't deserve to win the Charlotte game. And I thought if we won that one today, we didn't deserve to win this one either. But UAB made a play at the end, and kid finished around the basket. But, we took 21 more shots than they did, right? We got 15 offensive rebounds to their 7. And we had 7 turnovers to their 16. So then you look, okay, how'd you lose? Well, 32. They shot 43% from the floor, and we shoot 32. And we really, I thought, had 2 guys that played well offensively today, and that was Brito and Blasai. So.
Coach, did you have a timeout at the end to advance the ball?
No, we were out.
So just had to come up and get a shot. The last shot you had with Pusis, that was a good look, just didn't go in, right?
Next question.
Where do you go from here? I mean, obviously you guys have the talent, but you've got to be able to put together every night, right?
Well, I mean, where do you go from here? I mean, the thing you think about all the time is winning a conference championship, right? You don't go back to UAB, right? And if you don't now, losing at home, right? You don't have many opportunities to advance in the net, right? You don't. So an at-large bid is going to be very difficult. So now you got to turn around and get ready to practice on Thursday, have a good practice, and you're going to have an inspired FAU team to come in here. Now you got to go on the road to Tulane, East Carolina. Then you got UTSA at home, and then we have a stretch of you got Temple and Rice and North Texas still after that. So where do you go from here? You don't want a loss to affect the next game, but I mean, there's no excuse for us to play as poorly as we did today, offensively. I thought, it shouldn't happen. You don't allow it yourself to happen, because I think defensively they scored 62 points on 4. They scored 62 points on 49 shots.
Was there a game plan to bring the ball into the basket rather than shooting compared to the first and second half?
Excuse me?
Was there a game plan change because there was a lot of 3-point shooting, and then there was more drives in the second half? Was there a game plan?
Yeah, well, when you're not making shots, right, you got to get to the free throw line or get to the basket, and in the second half, we got more paint touches and more interiorly. But, I mean, you could go ahead and the stat, I mean, you got 0 for 5, over 2, 1 for 8, 1 for 17. Those are not good numbers.
Coach, looked like the UAB player stepped in bounds at the end. That's not reviewable, is it?
Which one?
After you scored, it looked like as she was taking the ball out of bounds, she fell down, stepped in bounds, came back out of bounds.
I'd have to see it
That's
on.
not reviewable, though.
I'd have to see it on video, and see what happened there on the baseline. It didn't come down to that, Leo. I mean, we had too many guys not make. We're not going to win many games with those stat lines.
Coaches, these are the ones that hurt, that you can go back and look at 20 different plays and say, if we'd have done this or this or this. These are the hard ones.
Well, we have 4 film sessions, right? We watch personnel, we watch man, we watch their defense, we watch their special situations. we needed to have our toes on the three-point line and our hands up, right? They hit a lot of three-point shots where our hands down. They got a lefty point guard. She went right one time. And the one time when she went right, we fouled her. So I think, she got downhill whenever she wanted. And a lot of times it wasn't even with a screen. And they were playing without their big kid, without their center today. They got hurt at FAU. So,
What was your message to the team after the game?
well, I told them there's got to be a big sense of responsibility and accountability, right? How many games have we played already? 19, whatever we're.
Tonight was game 19.
Yeah. So after you play 19 games, other teams know who to guard and who not to guard. And that's what happens with our team. So, and that's what's going on with some of the players on our team. So the opponents are not guarding guys. If you're not being guarded, that's a big problem, right? But what are you doing when you're not being guarded to be able to make those shots or not make those shots? I thought they had a good game plan, and we're gonna see that aggressive defense on our wings, on Blasai and Romy and Vicky. But interiorly, we just don't. Sometimes it's a lot harder because we just can't throw it in there unless we throw it into our fours for an easy basket. So, got to move forward. We're off tomorrow. And go back to work on Thursday.
Coach, if you don't mind, could you comment on the video that people saw today, maybe with Barb and her grandkids and the autism acceptance?
Yeah, the autism acceptance, and it hits home just because, Barb's, has such a special place in our hearts, not only our staff, both the men's basketball staff and our players, and the amount of time that she spends with those kids, outside of here, and doing the job that she does for both programs. So when you do a game like this, it means more than just putting a pin on and talking about the autism acceptance game. And I know they're going to do that again for the men's game tomorrow. And I know she was very appreciative of how supportive our athletic department and both programs are of her. It was a really neat video. Good. All righty.
Have a good evening.
Good.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Players Victoria Blasey and Chloe Vito are available for questions.
Carla, I know you're not happy, but great game individually. Did you think that you guys were going to pull it off the way things started to change there at the end? Or was it a case of, what happened in the middle, wasn't enough all the way around?
I think we didn't play our best game. We came out in the first quarter not very exciting like the other games, and then the third quarter same. I don't think we put a lot of effort, but it's what coach talk. We have to be thinking about next game right now. We can't do anything about what happened tonight. So we have the off tomorrow, but next day we're gonna come here and try our best. Keep practicing hard. So.
A lot of the plays you make don't always they do show up in the stat sheet a lot of time, but the hustle plays, the tip balls on offense, have you been in the best shape of your life or something? It looks like you're all over the place. Effort is always there.
I mean, I think that's my role. Play really hard every time. I don't really look to score. I just look for rebounds, ring round, give the best for the team every time. So if my role is go for the 50-50 balls or fight every time, I will do it for the team.
Vicky, what did you think about the game? It looked like Jose said, maybe you didn't deserve to win, but you guys looked like you were going to pull it off. Did you believe it was going to happen in your favor?
Yeah, I think we believe, but we made too many mistakes. We have to pay more attention to details, and we know we have a goal, which is win the conference. And right now we have to just move on, watch the tape, and learn from our mistakes and get better.
For both of you, you talk about moving on. A 1-point last second loss, that's tough to move on from though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a very tough loss, especially at home. But you know, like tomorrow is the next day. Like we're gonna get in the gym even if it's off, and get better, and look forward to win the next one.
Yeah, the mentality that we have right now is like keep working hard, learn from our mistakes, and show up every day.
You kind of hit the nail on the head. You can't let this one loss become a second loss on Saturday. Got to walk away from it. How interesting is that practice going to be on Thursday?
Well, I think we're gonna watch our mistakes, what we did bad today, so then we can get better, and we have to forget and learn at the same time. And I feel like we're gonna win the next game and try to get better every time because we are a really good team.
Yeah, I think the good thing that we have right now is like everyone in the locker room support each other. We stick together. Either way, we have a bad game today. Everyone is gonna be supporting each other. So like on Thursday when we come back, I think we will do a really good practice, brother. So.
Vicky, I know you probably don't go into any game expecting to play any at the point, but did you have the flashback, or do you ever get a chance to practice at the one?
Yeah, a little bit, and I mean I know I have to be ready for everything. Like I like to play point guard too. Like I love to make something for the team. So it was just a great opportunity for me to get better.
Thank you guys for the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.